Hey, spy thriller fans. Welcome back to the channel where we dissect the twists, betrayals, and high-stakes drama of your favorite films. Today, we're plunging into the shadowy, seductive, and brutally intense world of Red Sparrow, the 2018 espionage thriller directed by Francis Lawrence and led by Jennifer Lawrence's powerhouse performance as a ballerina-turned-Russian spy. This isn't your typical spy flick with flashy gadgets or exotic locales. No, Red Sparrow is a psychological gauntlet, a chess game where every move drips with deception, and trust is a luxury nobody can afford. Picture your dreams crushed, your body turned into a weapon, and your every choice orchestrated by a system that sees you as expendable. How do you fight back when the odds are stacked against you? Grab your popcorn, get comfortable, and let's unravel the gripping, intricate plot of Red Sparrow. This one's a heart-pounding journey you won't forget. We begin in Moscow, a city of stark contrasts where modernity and history collide. Gleaming skyscrapers loom over weathered Soviet-era apartments, and the streets buzz with an unspoken tension, as if secrets linger in the air. Here, we meet Dominika Egorova, portrayed with fierce vulnerability by Jennifer Lawrence. She's a prima ballerina with the Bolshoi Ballet, a vision of elegance under the stage's golden glow. Imagine her twirling in a crimson costume, her movements a blend of strength and grace, captivating a packed theater. The Bolshoi is a world of artistry, but beneath the surface, it's a cauldron of ambition, envy, and ruthless competition. For Dominika, dancing is more than passion, it's survival. She's the sole provider for her mother, Nina, whose chronic illness demands expensive treatments and a state-subsidized apartment, all tied to Dominika's success at the Bolshoi. Can you feel the pressure of that responsibility? One wrong move, and her entire world could unravel. During a crucial performance, catastrophe strikes. Her partner misjudges a lift, landing heavily on her leg, the crack of her tibia echoing through the silent auditorium. The injury's devastating, her career's over, and the Bolshoi swiftly cuts her loose, withdrawing Nina's medical support and their home. Was it a tragic accident, or a deliberate act in a world where rivals scheme in the shadows? The question gnaws at Dominika as she faces a future of uncertainty. Across Moscow's icy, neon-lit streets, we meet Nate Nash, a CIA operative played by Joel Edgerton with a mix of grit and guarded charm. It's a bone-chilling night in Gorky Park, the kind where your breath freezes and every shadow feels like a threat. Nate's meeting Marble, a codename for a high-value mole buried deep within Russia's government, passing intelligence that could tilt the balance of power. The exchange is fraught, whispered words under a frost-covered lamppost, a flash drive slipping from one gloved hand to another. Suddenly, Russian police swarm the park, their flashlights cutting through the darkness, boots crunching on snow. Nate acts fast, shouting and waving to draw their attention, giving Marble a chance to melt into the night. It's a bold, selfless move, but it comes at a steep cost. His cover's blown, and the CIA pulls him from Moscow, reassigning him to Budapest to reconnect with Marble later. Why risk his career for one asset? Because Marble's intel is a lifeline in a modern Cold War, where Russia and the US wage a silent battle for supremacy through spies and secrets. Back to Dominika, who's now adrift in a bleak reality. The Moscow apartment she shares with Nina feels suffocating, its faded wallpaper and creaking floors a stark contrast to the Bolshoi's opulence. Nina's frail condition, her oxygen tank hissing softly, her hands trembling, underscores Dominika's desperation. With medical bills piling up and eviction looming, hope seems like a distant memory. Enter Vanya Igorov, Dominika's uncle, a deputy director of the SVR, Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, played by Matthias Gunnertz with a chilling blend of charisma and menace. Vanya's not the warm, familial type. He's a manipulator in a tailored suit, his eyes glinting with predatory intent. Sensing Dominika's vulnerability, he offers a deal, a one-time job to secure Nina's medical care and their apartment. The task? Seduce Dmitry Ustinov, a gangster with ties to Russia's political elite, at a luxurious Moscow hotel. It sounds like a lifeline, but could you trust a man whose every word feels like a trap? Dominica, with no other options, agrees, stepping into a world where innocence is a liability. The hotel scene is drenched in suspense. The suite's decadent, marble floors, velvet curtains, chandeliers casting a soft glow, but it feels like a gilded prison. Dominica, in a form-fitting black dress, moves with calculated poise, her beauty a weapon she's only beginning to understand. Ustinov's a hulking figure, his smile more snarl than charm, his eyes raking over her. The tension builds as he grows aggressive, pinning her against a wall, his grip bruising. The moment's heart-stopping, but before it escalates, Semyonov, an SVR operative, bursts in, garroting Ustinov with a wire. Blood sprays across Dominica's face, her screams stifled by shock. She's not just a witness to a state-sanctioned murder, she's a liability. Vanya reveals the truth. Ustinov's death was the objective, and Dominica was bait, her desperation exploited to lure him. His ultimatum is merciless. Join the SVR or die to ensure her silence. Would you sign your life away to a man who sees you as a tool? Dominica chooses survival, but it's a choice that binds her to a dangerous path. She's dispatched to state school for, known as Sparrow School, a secretive facility tucked away in Russia's frozen hinterlands. Picture a grim, concrete compound, its walls stained by years of neglect, surrounded by snow-dusted pines that seem to whisper warnings. Run by the cold, calculating matron, played by Charlotte Rampling with an almost surgical precision, Sparrow School trains recruits to become sparrows, agents who wield seduction, manipulation, and intelligence as weapons. The training is psychological torture, designed to strip recruits of autonomy and reshape them into tools of the state. Matron's philosophy is haunting. Every human is a puzzle of need. You must become the missing piece. On her first day, Dominica is ordered to undress before the class, her defiance met with Matron's unyielding gaze. The curriculum is grueling, hand-to-hand combat in a frigid gym, psychological profiling in dimly lit rooms, and explicit lessons in sexual manipulation that leave recruits hollow. Picture Dominica studying dossiers on human behavior late into the night, her fingers trembling from exhaustion, or sparring with a partner, her bruises a map of resilience. Could you endure a system that demands your soul? Dominica resists, her spirit a stubborn flame. When a male recruit tries to assault her during a training exercise, she fights back, her fists leaving him bloodied on the mat. This isn't a damsel. Dominica's a warrior, learning to wield the school's tools while guarding her core. While Dominica's forged into a sparrow, Nate's in Budapest, a city of faded grandeur and clandestine intrigue. Its cobblestone alleys, Baroque facades, and Danube River bridges create a backdrop of haunting beauty, perfect for the espionage underworld. Nate's mission is to reconnect with Marble, but the SVR's watching, desperate to unmask the mole. Dominica arrives, now a fully trained Sparrow, with orders to seduce Nate and uncover Marble's identity. She's paired with Marta, a fellow Sparrow with a reckless streak, and reports to Maxim Volantov, an SVR officer whose bureaucratic facade hides a cruel edge. Dominica tracks Nate to a public pool, the steam rising from the water creating a surreal, almost dreamlike haze. Their first encounter crackles with tension. Nate's guarded, his eyes scanning for deception, while Dominica plays the reluctant recruit, admitting she's a Sparrow but claiming it's only to protect Nina. Is she bearing her soul, or deploying her training's first lesson? Nate, sensing a chance to flip her, engages, and the game of cat and mouse begins. Budapest's shadowy cafes, rain-slicked streets, and cramped safe houses become their chessboard, each meeting a delicate dance of half-truths and hidden motives. Could you navigate a world where every smile might conceal a knife? As their encounters multiply, the stakes skyrocket. Dominica uncovers Marta's side hustle, gathering intel from Stephanie Boucher, a U.S. Senator's chief of staff, played by Mary Louise Parker as a disheveled opportunist drowning in vodka. Boucher's a liability, slurring through meetings, trying to sell secrets for cash. Marta's sloppy, leaving compromising documents in their safe house, and her carelessness proves fatal. Matt Oren, a Russian enforcer sent by Vanya, tortures and kills her, leaving her body in a pool of blood for Dominika to find. The sight's a gut punch, the coppery scent of blood lingering in the air. Dominika takes over Marta's operation, meeting Boucher in a high-stakes hotel exchange. The scene's a pressure cooker. Boucher's jittery, spilling wine on her blouse, while Dominika's a picture of control, her every word measured. Nate's CIA team watches from a distance, their surveillance band humming with tension. When Boucher's arrested by the CIA, Dominika's cover teeters on the brink. How do you outrun two intelligence agencies closing in? Dominika's now juggling a deadly balancing act. She feeds Vanya just enough to keep him satisfied, while Nate urges her to defect, promising safety for her and Nina. Their relationship deepens, stolen moments in Budapest's dimly lit bars and safe houses sparking something real, or is it another layer of manipulation? Picture them in a cramped apartment, rain streaking the windows, sharing whispered confessions over a flickering candle. Their chemistry's raw, built on fleeting touches and guarded vulnerability, but in the spy world, love is a minefield. Could you let your guard down with someone trained to deceive? Dominika's loyalty is a mystery, even to herself. She's playing Russia, the CIA, and Vanya, all while haunted by Sparrow School's mantra, her body belongs to the state. A bombshell discovery fuels her resolve. She uncovers a recording proving her ballet injury was sabotage, orchestrated by a rival dancer who bribed her partner. Vanya knew, using her pain to ensnare her in his web. This betrayal ignites a hunger for vengeance. Could you forgive a family member who engineered your destruction? The plot hurtles toward a cascade of shocking twists. Dominika begins her counterplay, stealing a glass with Vanya's fingerprints and forging documents to paint him as a traitor. She's meticulous, planting seeds of doubt in the SVR's labyrinthine bureaucracy, her every move calculated to unravel her uncle's empire. Meanwhile, General Korchnoi, a grizzled Russian officer played by Jeremy Irons with stoic gravitas, reveals himself to Dominika as marble in a clandestine meeting. His office, lined with Soviet medals and faded maps, feels like a relic of a bygone era. Korchnoi's motives are layered. He's disillusioned, calling Russia a prison of corruption, and leaks secrets to dismantle it from within. He urges Dominika to turn him in, cementing her status as a Russian hero while he continues his work. It's a daring gambit, but Dominika's crafting a bolder plan, one that could topple Vanya and rewrite the rules of the game. The climax unfolds on a fog-shrouded airstrip, a scene straight out of a Cold War thriller. Dominika's been captured by the CIA, and Russia agrees to trade her for the mole. The tarmac's eerie, mist swirls around rusted hangars, soldiers' silhouettes loom, and the air's thick with mistrust. Nate's desperate to save Korchnoi, believing he's the prisoner. When the hood's removed, it's Vanya, framed as marble by Dominika's masterful setup. The fingerprints, fake bank accounts, forged documents painting him as a double agent. A sniper's bullet cuts him down, his body crumpling in the fog. Dominika's hailed as a hero, but the victory's bittersweet. Back in Moscow, promoted within the SVR, she answers a call, Russian ballet music crackling through the line. Is it Korchnoi, her CIA contact, or a new threat? She's a double agent now, embedded deep in Russia's intelligence core, but one misstep could unravel her carefully spun web. Can she keep dancing this deadly waltz, or will the shadows claim her? So, what does Red Sparrow leave us with? It's a stark, unflinching look at a world where autonomy is a myth and survival demands outsmarting the predators around you. Dominika's triumph over Vanya is a fist-pump moment, but she's still entangled in Espionage's brutal cycle, her future uncertain. The film's not perfect. Some subplots, like Boucher's, feel rushed, and the violence can be relentless, leaving you wincing at its brutality. But Jennifer Lawrence's Dominika is a force, blending fragility with ruthless cunning, and the espionage feels authentic, grounded in Jason Matthews' CIA expertise. Budapest's Gothic spires and Moscow's stark contrasts amplify the paranoia, immersing you in a world where danger lurks in every shadow. The themes hit hard: control versus resistance, loyalty versus betrayal. Dominica's coerced into Sparrow's school, her body weaponized, yet she carves out agency through sheer will. Korchnoi betrays Russia for principle, while Dominica's fight is personal, driven by vengeance and survival. It's a gray world where morality bends under pressure. So, I've got 2 questions for you. Would you sacrifice your values to protect someone you love, like Dominica? And in a game of endless double crosses, who could you trust with your life? Let's get this conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, give this video a big thumbs up, and share it with your fellow movie buffs. If you loved this deep dive, hit that subscribe button and smack the bell icon so you never miss a recap. Until next time, keep your secrets locked tight and your enemies closer.